TV soap news and spoilers say that in the sprawling, emotionally charged narrative of Beyond the Gates, few characters embody the raw, unfiltered struggle of human imperfection as vividly as June. Her story, a tapestry woven with threads of desperation, regret, and an unyielding desire to reclaim her place in her children's lives, is a poignant exploration of a mother's love tested by the weight of her own flaws. June's journey is not just a subplot in this gripping drama, it is a heart-wrenching saga that teeters on the edge of hope and despair, with the potential for a catastrophic mistake looming large in her future. As the series unfolds, the question that haunts both June and the audience is whether her unstable mentality will ultimately alienate her children, Samantha and Tyrell, or if she can find a path to redemption that mends the fractured bonds of their family. The recent episode of Beyond the Gates lays bare the devastating rift between June and her children, a wound that has festered over years of turmoil. Samantha and Tyrell, now adolescents navigating their own identities, have made a heartrending decision. They want to sever communication with their mother. This choice is not born of childish rebellion but of a deep-seated need for self-preservation. The scars of June's past addiction, a shadow that looms large over their family history, have left Samantha and Tyrell wary of her presence. They have found solace and stability with their father, Martin, and his partner, Smitty, who have become their anchors in a world that June's unpredictability once turned upside down. June, however, is not one to accept rejection quietly. The news that her children wish to cut ties ignites a firestorm of emotions within her. Unable to bear the thought of being denied a final farewell, she storms into Martin and Smitty's home, her heart pounding with a mix of desperation and defiance. The scene is electric with tension. June's eyes blaze with a mother's fierce love, but her trembling hands betray the fragility of her mental state. She pleads, her voice cracking under the weight of her longing, to see her children one last time. The air is thick with unspoken history, each word a dagger that cuts deeper into old wounds. Martin and Smitty, steadfast in their role as protectors, initially stand firm. Their home is a sanctuary for Samantha and Tyrell, a place where the chaos of June's past is kept at bay. Martin's face is a mask of resolve, his jaw set as he reiterates their decision to shield the children from further pain. Smitty, ever the empathetic mediator, softens slightly but remains cautious, their loyalty to the children unwavering. Yet, the dynamics shift when Samantha and Tyrell, overhearing the commotion, make a choice of their own. In a moment that is both brave and heartbreaking, they agree to face their mother, hoping that a single conversation might bring closure, or at least a temporary reprieve from her relentless pursuit. The weight of the past. The meeting between June, Samantha, and Tyrell is a masterclass in emotional storytelling, a scene where every glance, every pause, is laden with meaning. The living room of Martin and Smitty's house becomes a battlefield of emotions, where love, anger, and regret collide. June stands before her children, her posture a mix of defiance and vulnerability, as if she's bracing for a blow she knows she deserves. Samantha, with her arms crossed and eyes averted, exudes a quiet strength, while Tyrell's fidgeting hands reveal a boy caught between longing for his mother and loyalty to the stability he's found with his father. The conversation is anything but easy. June's voice trembles as she speaks of her love, her apologies tumbling out in a rush, each word an attempt to bridge the chasm between them. She acknowledges the pain her addiction caused, the nights she wasn't there, the promises broken, the trust shattered. Yet, her words, though sincere, carry the weight of repetition, and Samantha and Tyrell are not swayed. They are not the young children who once clung to her, hoping for change. They are older now, their perspectives hardened by years of disappointment. Samantha's voice is steady as she tells June that they are happy with Martin, that they've built a life that doesn't include her. Tyrell, quieter but no less resolute, nods in agreement, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. What makes this moment so devastating is the clarity with which all three understand what tore their family apart. June's addiction was not just a personal failing, it was a wrecking ball that demolished the foundation of their home. Yet, while June clings to the hope of reclaiming her role as their mother, Samantha and Tyrell are not looking to rewrite the past. They have found a new equilibrium with Martin and Smitty, a family unit that offers them the stability June could not provide. For June, this realization is a gut punch, a stark reminder that her children have moved forward without her. June's fragile psyche. June's character is a complex tapestry of strength and fragility, a woman whose perseverance and protectiveness are both her greatest assets and her potential downfall. When she feels disrespected or rejected, her response is visceral, anger flares, and her actions become impulsive, almost reckless. This volatility is what makes her such a compelling figure in Beyond the Gates, but it also foreshadows the mistake that could cost her everything. Her unstable mentality, a product of years battling addiction and the guilt that follows, is a ticking time bomb. The audience has seen this pattern before. A slight, real or perceived, ignites her temper, and she lashes out, often making things worse. In the episode, this trait is on full display when June storms into Martin and Smitty's home. Her actions are not those of a calculated manipulator but of a woman driven by raw emotion. She is protective of her role as a mother, fiercely so, but her inability to temper her reactions risks pushing Samantha and Tyrell further away. The audience can't help but sympathize with her pain. Her love for her children is undeniable, but her methods are flawed, her desperation a double-edged sword that cuts both ways. June's past is a specter that haunts every interaction. Her addiction, though now in the rearview mirror, has left her with a fragile sense of self-worth. She sees herself through the lens of her failures, and each rejection from her children feels like a confirmation of her worst fears. This insecurity fuels her outbursts, creating a vicious cycle where her attempts to reconnect only widen the gap. The question that hangs over the narrative is whether June can break this cycle, or if her instability will lead to a mistake so grave that it severs her connection to Samantha and Tyrell forever. The path to redemption or ruin. As Beyond the Gates progresses, the stakes for June grow ever higher. Her desire to be the mother she never was is a powerful motivator, but it is also her Achilles heel. She envisions a future where she is welcomed back into her children's lives, where she can prove that she has changed. Yet, her vision is clouded by an idealized view of motherhood, one that doesn't account for the reality of Samantha and Tyrell's feelings. They are not waiting for her to swoop in and save the day, they are building lives independent of her, and this disconnect is where the drama lies. The series masterfully sets up the possibility of a catastrophic mistake. June's volatility suggests that she might push too hard, perhaps crossing a line that makes reconciliation impossible. Imagine a scenario where, in a moment of desperation, she disregards Martin and Smitty's boundaries, perhaps showing up unannounced at Samantha's school or Tyrell's soccer game. Such an act, though driven by love, could be perceived as an invasion, further eroding the trust she's fighting to rebuild. The audience is left on edge, wondering if June's next move will be a step toward redemption or a plunge into ruin. Yet, there is hope woven into the narrative, however faint. June's perseverance, the same trait that fuels her outbursts, could also be her salvation. If she can channel her determination into self-reflection and growth, she might find a way to earn her children's respect, if not their love. Therapy, a support group, or even a candid conversation with Martin and Smitty could be the catalyst she needs. The show hints at this possibility, with subtle moments where June pauses, her eyes betraying a flicker of self-awareness. These glimpses suggest that she is capable of change, but the path is fraught with peril. The emotional core of Beyond the Gates. What makes June's story so compelling is its universality. At its core, Beyond the Gates is about the messy, imperfect nature of family, and June embodies this struggle in all its raw glory. Her journey is not just about addiction or redemption, it's about the human need to belong, to be seen, to be loved. Every outburst, every tear, every desperate plea is a reflection of her fight to reclaim her place in a world that has moved on without her. Samantha and Tyrell, too, are not mere foils to June's drama. Their decision to distance themselves is a powerful act of agency, a reminder that children, too, have the right to protect their own hearts. Their happiness with Martin and Smitty is not a rejection of June but a testament to their resilience, their ability to find light in the aftermath of darkness. Yet, the show doesn't shy away from the pain of this choice. Samantha's guarded expression and Tyrell's quiet tears speak volumes about the love they still carry for their mother, a love that is buried beneath layers of hurt. Martin and Smitty, meanwhile, are the unsung heroes of this narrative. Their steadfast commitment to Samantha and Tyrell's well-being is a quiet counterpoint to June's volatility. They are not villains standing in her way but parents doing what they believe is right. Their reluctance to let June back into their lives is not born of malice but of a deep understanding of the damage she has caused. Yet, their decision to let Samantha and Tyrell choose their path shows a wisdom that June has yet to grasp. Looking ahead, what's next for June? As Beyond the Gates hurtles toward its next chapter, the audience is left with a tantalizing question: will June change, or will she succumb to the patterns that have defined her thus far? The show's writers have crafted a narrative that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, balancing hope and dread in equal measure. June's unstable mentality is both her greatest challenge and her most compelling trait, a reminder that even the most flawed among us can strive for better. In the near future, we can expect June's story to take dramatic turns. Perhaps she will confront her demons head-on, seeking help to stabilize her emotions and prove her commitment to change. Or perhaps her desperation will lead to a mistake that pushes Samantha and Tyrell further away, a confrontation, a betrayal, or an act of defiance that shatters any chance of reconciliation. The beauty of Beyond the Gates lies in its refusal to offer easy answers. June's journey is not a straight line but a winding path, full of missteps and moments of grace. For now, the audience waits with bated breath, rooting for June even as they brace for her potential downfall. Her story is a reminder that love, no matter how fierce, is not always enough. It must be tempered with patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to let go. Whether June can learn these lessons remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: her journey in Beyond the Gates is a roller coaster of emotion that will leave viewers captivated, heartbroken, and hungry for more. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. TV soap news and spoilers for more updates on Bay.